Terrified is a 2017 Spanish horror film released from Shudder. Now, I've watched about 4 Shudder films now, and they're all pretty lame, and this one is no different. So it's not a fair sampling size to say that Shudder isn't a good streaming service. I mean, I know they do have some solid Korean horror films that I've seen all of them though. But this movie was also pretty awful. It's about a neighborhood in a Spanish place, and there's like supernatural phenomenon that's affecting all these different individuals. The movie has a very atmospheric and creepy opening, and the movie just falls apart after that, because we jump away from that man and to a detective. His kid died in a car accident, and then he is being tagged along with 3 other specialists of phenomenon specialists. Like they're like, you know, like the Lin Shaye of the Insidious movies. So they are investigating like multiple dimensions in which these supernatural creatures can sort of possess and try to come through. And honestly, there's no real like emotional through line for this film. There's no story really. It's just characters talking about stuff, and then they explore the different supernatural things that happen. There's a couple of creepy moments. There's like a cool creature design. There's this creature on the front cover is like a weird naked lanky man that could have been like their flagship character villain, but it's not really. And there's a lot of talking there. I don't know, there's just, it doesn't really have much of a story really. It's just characters sort of talking about stuff and meeting each other and exploring things, and there isn't one character that it specifically focuses on, because it keeps jumping back and forth between the different specialists and the detective character, and he keeps pulling out a gun on supernatural creatures. Like, if a supernatural monster shows up, you're not going to be able to take it out with a 9. Like, come on, man. Yeah, the movie just didn't work. It had like, the opening sequence was pretty solid, and then there's one sequence near the end, but so much filler in between. It's this movie, how long is this movie? This movie is 88 minutes long, and it definitely feels like, you know, they're padding it out, because there's just some stuff that doesn't make sense involving the detective's wife's character. There's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense. It's a very scattershot and unfocused horror film. Excellent opening, but the rest of the movie is very tame. So I give Terrified a 2 out of 10.